Hi, I'm Elena, a nutritionist with a passion for healthy gut and hormones. Through personal experience, it has become my life's purpose to help others shine their light through wellness. I want to help you evade burnout, revitalize your energy, boost your mood, and help you achieve your weight and wellness goals so that you are your best self with loved ones and enjoying life to the full. The best part? By supporting the women of today shine their light through wellness, I contribute to the education of children in vulnerable communities. With a new world of technology enabling work and personal life integration even more, there has never been a better time where conscious effort and prioritization of our wellness has been this important. That's why I'm dedicated to help you transform your gut and wellness. With dedication and a can-do attitude, anything is possible. So let's dive in. Hello everyone. So you may have heard me referring to having a grumpy gut. And in today's episode, I want to share with you what a grumpy gut is and how it can impact our weight. Plus, provide you a quick freebie assessment that will help you identify whether you may have a grumpy gut as well. So what is a grumpy gut? Now, there are trillions of microbes and bacteria living in our digestive system, both good and bad. And you would have heard me explaining this to you in previous episodes as well. But just a quick friendly reminder, the role of the microbiome in our gut is to support digestion, vitamin synthesis, manage weight, and healthy immune function. The microbiota is so complex that it is still being uncovered by researchers. It is made up of microbes, bacteria, viruses, fungi, archaea, and protista. Now, don't stress too much about any of this. Perhaps a simpler way to remember it is that the gut is filled with an entire ecosystem of bacteria. The main bacteria in the gut to be aware of fall into three categories: firmicutes that thrive on a high-fat diet, bacteroids that love a low-fat diet with fiber, and proteobacteria that love protein and carbohydrates. Now, for a healthy microbiome, your gut needs three things: diversity, richness, and resilience. Now, diversity is having a variety of species of bacteria in our gut, and we get it by exposure to new microbes through diet and probiotics. The richness is how many bacteria genes we have and how well the bacteria colonize or make a home in our gut. This refers to the quantity of, say, fermented foods and fiber, which help build the richness. And resilience. Now, both diversity and richness lead to resilience, which is the ability for our body to adapt and rebound from any given stress, which is measured in a few ways as the amount of time it can return back to equilibrium followed by trauma. Now, the more diverse our bacteria, the healthier and more resistant our ecosystem. When the diversity and richness of gut bacteria is low, we are much more susceptible to disturbances, which I like to call a grumpy gut. Now, when I use the term grumpy gut, this can be anything that starts from an imbalance of a microbiome, known as dysbiosis, to candida overgrowth, to SIBO, IBS, ulcerative colitis, and many more. Basically, anything that prevents a healthy gut causing a grumpy gut, which results in all sorts of health complications, with one key focus for today's episode being stubborn weight gain. Now, as mentioned, this is still an area that requires great research, but there are some studies out there, and I have personally experienced this myself, plus I've seen it in clients. So how does a grumpy gut affect weight? Now, there are three facts I want to share. As mentioned, gut bacteria play several important roles in our health, such as communicating with our immune system to fight off infection and producing certain vitamins, including vitamin K. They also influence how we digest certain foods and produce chemicals that help us feel full. Therefore, our gut bacteria may influence our weight. As the gut bacteria is along the intestine wall, they come into contact with food that we eat. This may affect what nutrients we absorb and how energy is actually stored in the body. For example, one study examined gut bacteria in 77 pairs of twins, one of whom had obesity and the one who didn't. The study found that those who had obesity had different gut bacteria than their twins without obesity. Therefore, in this research, obesity was associated with lower gut bacteria diversity. Now, also, if you didn't know, the human body cannot digest fiber, which gut bacteria aid in the digestion of fiber, and by digesting fiber, the gut bacteria produce a number of chemicals that benefit gut health and promote weight loss. So another study found that the ratio of two types of bacteria, Prevotella, which digests fiber and carbohydrates, and Bacteroidetes, which is mostly in the gut of individuals who eat more animal protein and fat and may determine how much weight you lose when given a particular diet. In this particular study, 62 people were given a high fiber whole grain diet for 26 weeks. Individuals who had more Prevotella in their intestine lost almost 2.5 kilograms more body fat than those with more Bacteroidetes in their intestines. Now, this means that individuals who have the bacteria which digest fiber and carbohydrates lose more weight. Another point worth mentioning is that the gut can affect hormones, and there are hormones within the gut that affect appetite, such as leptin, ghrelin, and peptide. These hormones help give the feeling of fullness. Now, I know I mentioned there's research still being conducted on this, but I have seen time and time again this being reality. I personally experienced it myself when I gained stubborn weight for the first time in my life after experiencing severe grumpy gut for 3 years. No diet, no wellness challenge worked until I healed my grumpy gut. And you know what the best part was? My weight came off without even trying. That's the beauty of a healthy gut. Now, how to tell if you have a grumpy gut? There are some specific symptoms you may experience if you have a grumpy gut, but interestingly, I'm coming across many more clients these days with no symptoms at all, but that receive gut results to show that they do have some sort of an imbalance in their gut. The beauty here is that we catch onto it quickly and address it before it becomes a problem. But for those who may experience symptoms, know that this can vary from person to person, and some of the common symptoms are things like headache, bloating, constipation or diarrhea, brain fog, and cramps. Now, if you want to find out whether you have a grumpy gut, there are specific questions you can reflect on that will assess the current state of your gut, even if you don't experience any symptoms. So check out my free Grumpy Gut Self-Assessment, which will give you an indication of whether you have any grumpy gut issues that may be a barrier to weight loss or the root cause to other health challenges. The link to my free assessment is in the description of this episode, and it should take you less than 2 minutes to complete. I hope you all have a gut healthy and wellness week. Thank you for taking the time and tuning in to today's podcast episode. To get a notification for when the next episode is available, hit subscribe. I hope you all have a healthy gut and wellness week.